It worked this time, yeah. But nobody's in the chat yet, so we'll just give it a few minutes. See if anybody pops into the chat room. Didn't think I was going to be able to go live. The system kept saying live stream not available. Excuse me, it was. Hey, Dirk's here. How's it going, Blade Meister? And the Glitter Gator is here. Yeah, frack you too. Busher Brute is here. Bobby Legs is here. How's it going, guys? Thanks for showing up. It didn't look promising there for a minute. I kept trying to pop in and go live, but YouTube kept saying live stream not available. Live stream not available. Another day here. Yeah, well, it's. I hope everyone is doing good. Let me know how you're doing over there in the chat. You know, you're healthy. You have plenty of food, plenty of toilet paper. Hopefully, nobody in your extended family is sick. I don't really have a topic for today, so I'll just kind of let the chat room point me to where I'm going. I've got no Glitter Gator. I'm not doing a house tour. I did a tour of my man cave, which is actually over here in the next room over. There's a video of it showing sports memorabilia, my diecast collection, etc. That's about as far as I want to go with your tour of my house. So that's all I'm going to give you. So if that's not enough, sorry, not sorry. The rest of my house is fairly average, 3-bed, 2.5 bath with a kitchen. That's all you get. Let's see. Bobby Legs is going stir crazy. Hey, I think the entire country is going stir crazy. But I was running some errands today for myself and for my parents. And I was listening to talk radio like I do. And the news of the day seems to be that there's going to be some opening up in several states that have, shall we say, more economically savvy governors, which I guess you would say would mostly be the southern states. So hopefully states like Florida and Georgia and Tennessee and Texas are going to lead the way, and then eventually even the states where you have, power-happy idiot governors like Pennsylvania and Michigan, they'll pretty much be forced by their own people to open up. And let's get this country back going. From a watch enthusiast standpoint, I really would like to see the economy going again, so we can, salvage our industry that we love so much. And from a sports fan, especially a college football sports fan, that we're going to get a college football. I could give a damn about the NFL. No Fun League, as far as I'm concerned, can say shuttered forever. I don't care about them, but I want to see the college football season start on time as normal, and my Gators will be front and center, much to the disappointment of all you Tennessee and Georgia fans. Like I said, go Gators, screw you haters. What we got here? Ken is checking in from Pittsburgh. Ken, I feel sorry for you, man. You got a governor in Pennsylvania that is just straight stupid. I mean, there's nothing more I can say about it. I mean, he's gone a little power crazy, and he's going to remain stuck on stupid until you people out there in the real world force him to come to heel, and I hope you do it soon. Syrup Maker, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Blue Shirt is bored. Yeah, We're all bored, man. You're welcome for the live stream. I'm bored, so I do the live streams. Hey, I'm hoping some, I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm hoping some people that I support usually will support me. Maybe click on the super chat or, just stop in and talk with me for a few minutes, and I can get a nice video out of it and some views down the line, and help grow my channel. You know, it's all about growing the channel and entertaining you guys as I entertain myself. And a lot of you guys have your own channels and you're entertaining me, so I should return the favor. Random Rob, my friend, an inspiration for my channel, really, an inspirer and somewhat of a mentor, and a big help to my channel. Glad to see you here. Hope they can open, but keep travel a little slow. I agree, Rob, and especially in the international travel. I don't know if it was widely reported or not, but Hong Kong, for example, and I think Japan opened up much earlier than us, but they also opened up international travel, and then they had to clamp right back down again. So I say, keep the southern border locked, keep immigration down to an absolute minimum or even shut down, and keep the international travel ban in place for a little while longer. There isn't much travel in the summer anyway, so I don't think that's going to hurt much. Michigan's going to open soon. Yeah, I hope so, Rob. Your governor is, I know you and I don't see eye to eye on politics, and that's fine. I don't give a damn about that. But your governor has gone straight dictatorial, and she's out of her mind. She needs to be what's recalled. I think a recall election in Michigan would be a hell of a lot of fun. Probably do you guys some good. Nick D, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. New York is closed for another month, Blue Shirt. Is that true? That sucks. Yeah, I miss the NHL too. My Bruins were doing good this year. I think the NHL and the NBA may be close to a write-off for the season. NASCAR is talking about around Memorial Day running a race. Might be running the race with, I think that'd be the Coke 600. They're talking about doing it with no fans, so I don't know. It seems like auto racing, you could probably do it without fans. Not a hell of a lot of fan interaction once the race is going, but we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what IndyCar is doing. F1 is still talking about a full shutdown into June and July. So, but the NFL draft is tomorrow. This being Wednesday the 22nd. So Thursday the 23rd is the NFL draft. So at least we get some real time sports news for once. What else we got here? Nick D says he saw a lot of quotes by Steve Spurrier, all of them were relevant. I haven't seen that, Nick. Maybe you could post a link in the chats for the folks so you can go find it. Tennessee Mike is in the house. How you doing, man? I appreciate you stopping by. Ken wants things to open up so he can start a summer job and fun watches. Man, I hope things open up too, because I've got some watch purchases I'd like to make coming up, and having income and fundage would be a very nice thing. And also seeing the market stop with the up down, big swings in both directions, and have some stability so you can make some plans. Was nice that the IRS gave us some more time to do our taxes. I actually sent mine off yesterday. I'm all done with that, but it's good that the rest of the country has plenty of time around July 15th, so plenty of time to get that done. That was a rare kindness from the IRS. Rob says he's got some watches coming over the next few days. Are those watches for review and sale, or are those temporary keepers? Rob, if you don't know, Random Rob is a big buyer of watches, but he's also a flipper for life, as he calls himself. So any watch you see on his channel for review is very likely to go up for sale within sometimes even days, but certainly weeks of the review. So if you like buying watches, checking out Random Rob's channel would be a good place for you to find a watch that's probably going to come up for sale pretty soon. Let's see. He thinks Random Rob thinks we might actually think the same on politics. We probably do, most people probably do for the most part, probably in the 80% range. It's that extra 20% where people go this way or that way. It's all good, Nick is asking how I'm doing. I'm doing well. I'm healthy so far. My parents are both still healthy. They haven't caught anything. They're isolating pretty heavily because they are in the grouping of seniors with existing conditions. So I do a lot of their shopping for them, and I do a lot of things outside the house for them so they can stay safe. My two daughters are here. My older daughter actually just got back from Gainesville. She cleaned her apartment out. She is officially out of Gainesville. She graduates on May 1st officially. The University of Florida has actually said that there will be a ceremony for the spring graduates in August. So she will get to walk the stage and get the accolades that she has earned through very hard work. And it looks like she's going to graduate magna cum laude. So I'm very proud of my daughter. My younger daughter is wrapping up her spring semester, and she'll be starting summer, which is 100% online. It was going to be 100% online anyway, so she's going to live here with me. Her mom basically says she's not allowed to come to her house because of contamination, and I think that's kind of shitty, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Draw your own conclusions. But they're my girls. I'll take care of them. That's okay, honey. You go live your best life without your kids around. Love ya. Mean it. X. Anyway, who did I say that? Let's see. Ken Smith up in Maine. Yeah, you're one of the guys from Maine who's checking in. I hope you don't know my sister. That's all I can say. She lives in Portland, so she's probably south of you. But I hope you never meet her. You don't need that kind of evil in your life, trust me. Yes, I have issues with certain two people in this world. So me. Rob says he's straight conservative, voting with libertarian values. That sounds pretty much like me. Maybe we do agree with more than I thought. I don't know. Kyle Grimwood is in the house, all the way from the UK, Scotland, I think. I love that guy's accent. How you doing, Kyle? I appreciate you stopping by. We're keeping pretty well. Looking forward to that watch you're sending over for me to borrow. I know it's left the island. It's probably somewhere over the Atlantic or on the Atlantic right now. Really looking forward to it. I really appreciate you loaning that one to me. That's a really nice watch. It's going to be a good video for everybody to look forward to. Talking sports, we just lost Rob. Which Rob? Rob he's still there. I think he is. Well, I like to talk sports. I like to talk watches. I hope we can do both. I mean, what do you guys want to talk about? Pick a subject. Let's run with it. Come on, man. We got all day to talk. Or at least those all day is, might keep people interested in the room. Let's see. Yeah, Rob. I had to pay into. The IRS got a check from me. What can I say? You can't take it with you, right? Might as well give it to the IRS. That link you saw was on Instagram. Well, I'm not on Instagram, so I would not be able to see it, but maybe somebody can find it. So, Rob, the watches you're getting in are all keepers, huh? Any hints on what they are? You want to give the group a hint? Give me a hint. Keep an eye on them. Maybe I can pick one up. Let's see. Nick says Spurs said he liked playing Georgia the second time around because half their team is suspended. He also said you can't spell citrus bowl without UT. Oh yeah, and he came up with free shoes university. Yeah, those are all famous Spurrier quotes. Yeah, you can't spell citrus without UT because the Citrus Bowl was always for the runner-up for the SEC um, um, team, and we never went to the Citrus Bowl while he was coaching. We always were winning SEC titles. Uh, yeah, Spurrier is 75 today. I didn't know that. He looks like he could jump back on the sideline anytime he wanted to. In fact, he was just on the sideline like last year for the Orlando AFL team or AA. What was that? American, whatever that football league was that preceded the XFL. AFL, AAF. Somebody help me with that. Um, oh, Christy's in the house. You gorgeous thing, you. You're gonna put a Go Dogs on my channel. Go Gators, baby. We got you. We got you this year. You don't have a quarterback this year. We do. And if we have a running game, don't fall asleep on the Gators. If we can run the ball this year, we have a very good chance of running the table. If we can't run the ball, then we're dead. What can I say? We got to run the ball this year. Let's see. Tennessee Mike is saying, I guess he's saying that he's conservative / libertarian like me and Rob. That's good. That's good. Meet these throwing out another Spur quote. You can have good ball players and still not win football games. All you LSU fans know about that. Oh, shots fired. Yeah, LSU was damn good last year, but I think they're going to fall off the cliff this year. I think they're going to roll into Gainesville this year and be very surprised at how they leave. Yeah, you're right, Nick. All those quotes are all, Spurrier's quips and quotes are going to be relevant till the end of time because we play the same teams all the time. We always play Tennessee. We always play Georgia. We always play LSU. And we always play the criminals. So whatever he says about those teams is going to stay relevant for forever. How you doing, Brad? I appreciate you stopping by. Hey, you got to work, man. I mean, this is recreation and playtime. You got to work. I appreciate you stopping by. So you did pull the trigger on the Omega Seamaster route. Okay, Seamaster White Dial, ProCheck 3100, and Casio Oceanus. I'm gonna have to look at that Oceanus. Oh, I can't read that. Oceanus, yeah. I'm gonna have to look that one up. That doesn't ring a bell in my mind. You're gonna love that Omega. I love my Omega. It's a fantastic watch. There's nothing better. Oh yeah, wrist check. I am wearing my beloved and controversial Seiko Pogue. Every time I put this watch on YouTube or wherever, I always get like 3 or 4 right away messages. That's not a real Pogue. That's not a real Pogue. It's a real Pogue. Okay, guys. I did my research. I have a website that shows the different versions of the Pogue. The Pogue had different chapter rings. They had different script or no script on the face. The serial number says it's a Pogue. It's a Pogue. You want to fight me on it? Go ahead. I'm not fighting back. I know what I bought. I know what I had. It's a Pogue. So post all the hate you want. The last guy that posted all the hate he wanted, after the 4th message, I just blocked him. And he's gone forever. I just don't need that crap anymore. It's a Pogue. Shut up. Sorry, I hope I didn't offend anybody. It's a poke. Where did I leave off? If Florida's going to be Georgia, Nick is saying if Florida's going to be Georgia, it's got to be this. It doesn't got to be this year, my friend. Florida now has, for the first time in a long time, an adult as a coach. He can recruit, he can coach, he can win. We have, we may not have had the greatest 2020 recruiting class, but we have a top 5 2021 recruiting class. We're out recruiting all the people in this state, Florida, which is the best hunting grounds for recruits in the country. We're keeping them, those guys, the 5 stars, the 4 stars, they're staying with us at home. And we're recruiting at a very high level. Florida's going to be just fine against Georgia. So, and we're yeah, Georgia's beat us 3 years in a row. I know this. We beat them 3 years in a row before that. And before that, we beat them like 7 or 8 years in a row. Nothing lasts forever. We're going to be fine. As long as we have an actual coach and not an idiot like Moose Stump or a raving idiot like the Shark Humper, we're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And Chrissy says she's driving. Well, Chrissy, don't drive and listen to me. Stay alive. You know, don't be typing and stuff like that. Do the right thing and stay alive so you don't die. And the world is a better place with your beauty in it than out of it. So be careful. Dirk is saying he is seriously considering an Omega. Hey, right now my long-term grail is an Omega. It's the Omega Speedmaster Moon Watch. It's a specific one. It's from Moon to Mars. They're a little hard to find, but you can find them. Watchbox usually has them. Chrono 24 usually has them. The nice thing about it is the subdials, the 3 subdials, have images of the Earth, the Moon, and Mars. And it's a beautiful watch, and it's a very nice looking watch, good size and everything. So I'll be picking one of those up, hopefully in 2021. 2020 is pretty much shot. What can you say? It is what it is. It's not going to happen in 2020. Next year, I'll find a moon from Moon to Mars, and that will be my next grail. I also have a well, I don't want to get into that too much, but yeah, that's a watch I have one eye on. Blue Shirt loves the Pogue. I appreciate that. It's a nice watch. It really, I should wear it more often, but you know, considering how old the thing is, I'm afraid of getting it banged up or something. But it really is a nice watch. Nick D wants me to predict what Florida's record is this year. You know what? I'm gonna put it on video. I don't care. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say 12-0. I think Florida's schedule, the way we line up, with the talent we have, with the way our home and away games line up, I think we could do 12-0. We have to get by LSU, but LSU is down. They lost a lot of parts, and they're in Gainesville. And that favors us. So I think we beat Georgia this year. I think it might be a very, very, very close game. I think it could be a 3-point game. But I think we can beat Georgia this year. I don't think any other team on our schedule poses much of a threat to us. And I could see a 12-0 Gator regular season. If we had to lose one game, I'll take the LSU game, because losing to a Western Conference team doesn't hurt us. So I think 11-1 at worst, 12-0, and win the East. And we'll see Alabama in Atlanta. That's my prediction. I'm going to stick with that. And, somebody, if Uncle Lou is lurking out there and not commenting, or somebody tells Lou that I said it, tell Lou I said it. I love Uncle Lou. I love BVD. If BVD is lurking out there and not commenting yet. Tell maybe tell Uncle Lou, tell Bad Dog Sports, tell Ballard, tell anybody you want. I see that for the Gators. 12-0. They're mark it. See if I'm right come December. Let's see, where are we now? William Russo, thanks for stopping by. Good afternoon to you too, sir. Nick thinks we're losing 3 games this year, but beating Georgia. Who are we losing to then, Nick? Who are the 3 losses? I'm curious of what you think. If you think we're losing to Tennessee, you got to get off the crack pipe, man. And we are not losing to lame kittens. So, and Florida State is still way too down. So I don't know where you're getting 3 losses from, but type them in the comments. Tell me what your losses are. Let's see. Tennessee might got to get back to work. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Tennessee. I appreciate it. Nick also wants to know what I think West Virginia will do. I have no idea, sir. I haven't even looked at West Virginia's record. I'm not even in the mode right now of looking at other teams. I know Lou is. Lou's always doing that, but that's his job. I mean, that's literally how he makes a living. Usually I defer to what he said. I think he said once that was going to be an 8-4 year. So I'll go with that. I don't even know what West Virginia's schedule is going to be like, but they are still lacking a few parts. So 8-4, maybe 9-3. What's up, David? I appreciate you stopping by. How you doing? Anything? Don't forget to click the thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. That always helps me out. Getting that thumbs up helps the channel out. So if I'm doing a good job, give me a thumbs up. It only takes you 1/10 of a second. I appreciate it. Well, let's see. I didn't really have anything watch related. Was really on my mind other than the normal things of which watch am I going to wear today. I've already changed once already. But I was talking for a few moments ago about Grail watches. I mentioned that my long-term Grail watch is going to be that Omega Speedmaster from the moon to Mars. That's going to take a little while to put together the fundage for that and go ahead and pull the trigger on that. But how about you guys? Those of you who are not the sports guys, but maybe you are the sports guys too. But do you guys have any Grail watches? Any watches that you're thinking of once the economy gets going again and you got a little extra money in your pocket? What are you guys thinking will be a watch that you've got your eye on? I know right now I know that I'm going to be buying this year 3 Zelos watches. Those are not exactly Grail watches, but one of them is a Grail watch in a way because it's the way the watch is made is what I would love to get more of these titanium Damascus watches that Zelos make, and I know that there's one coming, and I've been told that I will be able to get one because I missed a couple. But those aren't Grails per se, and I'm about to pull the trigger on one watch that I've had my eye on for a while. I can't say anything more about it right now because of the way the deal is going down, but that watch will hopefully be in my possession before the end of the month. But what do you guys have for Grail watches? Let's see if you're in the comments. Yeah, thank you, Blue Shirt. I appreciate it. Yeah, please, if you think I'm doing a good job, a thumbs up would be real nice. Hey, a super chat would be nice too, but if you want, you don't have to. I mean, it's just a small channel. Let's see. Dirk, who is both a watch and a knife collector is interested in a Panerai. Which one? I assume it's one of those Panerai with the really crazy uh, crown guards with the flip lever. The Gator Hater is here. There's my favorite Knoll, my favorite online Knoll, I should say. Uh, Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Gator Hater is interested. He's only here because he's interested in hearing how the Gators are going to score. Gators are not scoring up this year, so I've already made my prediction at the request of Nick DTV. I'll make it again. The Gators are going at worst 11-1, but I think they have a very good potential at a 12-0 regular season. And that includes beating the snot out of your team in that dump you call a stadium, the Doak. The Doak. Give me a break. You ever been to the Doak? I've been to Doak Campbell Stadium. Don't go there when it rains. That's all I have to say. Damn thing turns into a soup bowl. But hey, Gator Hater, when are you guys going to get a real Indian to ride out on that field in that old nag and throw the flaming toothpick? Come on, man. In the Seminoles, you should be able to find at least one Indian enrolled in the school you can teach to ride a horse. Let's see. Dirk says he spoke to Elshin, and you took your spot. You took my spot. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Trust me, Elshin is not giving my Damascus swordfish away to anybody. He made a promise. You might get another one, but you're not getting mine. NASCAR Ball is here. How you doing, man? Hey, NASCAR, did you hear that NASCAR is talking actively about starting up again? It looks like either with the All-Star race or the Coke 600. I was listening to the sports radio today, and they're making serious rumblings about starting the season up again with the Coke 600. And hopefully, you're still not watching that e-racing garbage. I mean, that is such an insult to my intelligence. I can't even. I'm sorry. Chrissy is saying Tissot. You own a Tissot, or you're wanting to get one? Let me know. Dirk says that's the issue. I can't pick a specific one. But you're talking about the Panerai. I was just watching a Watchbox video on YouTube this morning. They do their wake up with watches, or their Wednesday wake up. It's like about a 45-minute video, and they reviewed like 3 different Panerais. You might want to get on the Watchbox YouTube channel and take a look at some of their Panerai offerings, because they seem to have a lot of them, and there's some really good looking ones in there. Let's see. NASCAR Ball thinks my Gators are going 11-1, and we're losing to Tennessee. No, no, sir, no. We are not losing to Tennessee. Sorry. I talked to Maury Povich personally. We are your daddy, sir. That's it. I mean, we're not losing to Tennessee. You may go 9-3 this year, but you're not beating Florida. You might beat Oklahoma, but you're not beating Florida. NASCAR Ball says the white Tonto. Yeah, that's in reference to the Florida State guy who rides out on the middle of the field on the horse and throws the flaming toothpick. Yeah, he is the white Tonto, isn't he? Dirk says he's just messing with me about the Damascus swordfish. Yeah, that would match up with a few of your knives, certainly. But I'm sure you'll get one. I think there's going to be like 50 of them. So there should be a few to go around, but one of them is definitely winning. Gator Hater is saying, so basically what you're saying is Florida is going to go undefeated until the Seminoles beat us, like the Swamp Lizard we are. No, I'm saying that Florida is going to go undefeated. End the sentence right there, and we're going to send the criminals crying back to the locker room, and you're going to the Poinsettia Bowl or the Belk Bowl or whatever. Um, at what 6-6, 7-5, something like that. You're not beating Florida again. I'm sorry. Your team needs a lot more work to get back to Florida level. Good luck with that too. My Aquafina. Let's see what's next. Yep, May 20. NASCAR ball. Yep, you heard correctly. May 20. Well, May 24th is. I'm looking at my calendar here. It's May 24th. Yeah, that's a Sunday. How about that? Yeah, May 24th. Maybe. We'll see. I certainly hope so. I mean, you need to see Kyle Busch get back behind the wheel again. I'm tired of this e-racing nonsense. It's insulting to my intelligence. Mike Rizzo says the wife and I are supposed to be headed to Talladega today. Yeah. Yeah. Um, the super speedway races are, for 3/4 of the race are generally kind of boring to me because of the restrictor plate and all that crap. But usually those races will provide more than enough excitement if you kind of amortize it out through the whole race. But it's a shame. This whole thing is a shame. But I don't think they're going to make that race up. And NASCAR Ball is in agreement with me, not watching professional athletes play video games. Absolutely. Watching anyone play video games is not exciting, and watching them play video games, knowing that they should be out on an actual track burning actual gasoline, uh, is even more depressing. Gatorade said, "Well, tryouts got canceled because of the coronavirus. We had 3 Indians, 2 Mexicans, and a Cuban kid tryout." He's talking about the person who rides the horse at their home games. Well, yeah, I guess I could see why that would get canceled too. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, even something as simple as that gets canceled because of all this. It's really terrible. Let's see. Gator Hater also says, "Have you ever been told you look like Phil Jackson?" No, I have not. Um, that's not a bad thing, I guess. I've been told I sound like Tom Hanks or Vin Diesel. And after the last live stream I did, somebody said I look like Tom Hanks. I looked at a picture of Tom Hanks. I don't see it, but maybe it's the gray hair. I don't know. Maybe it's the fat face. But I don't know. But I've been told I sound like Tom Hanks and like Vin Diesel. Uh, I wish I not only looked like Phil Jackson, but I wish I had some of his money. But that's not bad. Let's see. NASCAR ball says UF might win, but it won't be 34-3. No, I don't think it will be either because Tennessee has improved, and they have a good team. I just don't think they're good enough, and it's a home game, so there's always that. But it may be a closer game than 34-3, but I still think my Gators will win the game. It's too early in the year to start trash talking it, and that kind of thing. I just think that Florida is going to win a lot of games this year, maybe all of them. LSU is one I see as a slight problem, and Georgia is always a problem, but I think we can handle them both this year. We will see. Hopefully, please. Let's see. Nicky says I can beat any professional athlete at NCAA football 14. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Gator Hater says Florida short is like that trash can kid. I'm not sure who you're talking about, so I'll move on. NASCAR Wall says, as a college football fan, it's more fun both when both UF and Florida State are good. I disagree. It's more fun for me when Florida is good, and it's more fun for me when Florida State is on its ass. I said the same thing to Uncle Lou about a couple of years ago. I said, "Don't you agree with me when I say that it's better for everyone if Florida and Georgia are both good at the same time?" And he says, "Hell no! I want Florida to be down all the time." And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I agree. Except I want Georgia to be down all the time." So we can mouth all the platitudes we want about. Oh, wouldn't it be great if everyone was good? No, no. My team good, everyone else bad. That's where it's fun. Let's see. Nick D TV says, "Yeah, same here. I was watching clips of College Game Day and almost cried to the realization we may not have football." I think we're going to have football. I don't know what form it's going to take. I don't know when it's going to be. It could be nobody in the stands form. It could be a shortened season form. It could be everyone's playing in spring of 2021 form. But I think we're going to have football. And I personally, the way things are going right now, if you ignore the lamestream media, whose main goal is to talk down everything and destroy us, my opinion, I think we have a regular season because the way things are going, I think things are, pardon me, I think things are going to go in a positive direction. But we're going to see what May looks like first. Let's see, Nick D. No, Saleen, I said you look like Tom Hanks from the movie Captain Phillips. Oh, you were the one that said that. Okay, you're right. And now that you said that, yeah, with the gray hair and the fat face, I think you're right. I probably look like Tom Hanks playing Captain Phillips. I gotta lose some weight. Gator Hater says, apparently you're having a flashback to the Tebow years. Trash can is not, and we own the last national championship in Florida. I still don't know who Trash Can is. You're gonna have to clear that up for me. But no, I look back on the Tebow years with great fondness, especially watching him destroy Florida State and truck over your so-called linebackers. But no, I'm trying to move forward now, and moving forward, we're better than Florida State right now. Like I said earlier, you weren't here when I said it earlier when I was talking about Florida, Georgia. Nothing lasts forever. So Georgia being better than Florida doesn't last forever. Florida being better than Georgia doesn't last forever. Florida better than Florida State. Florida State better than Florida. None of that lasts forever. So I'm enjoying it while I can. NASCAR Ball says it will be a close game this year. He's talking about Florida, Tennessee. It probably will be. I agree. Chrissy's talking about got to keep the faith. I guess she's talking about whether or not we're going to have a season. I agree, Chrissy. We got to keep the faith. I think we're going to have a football season, and I personally think it's going to start on time. I think the way trends are going, I mean, if you look at a lot of the statistics of number of new cases, number of deaths, number of people who are surviving it, the amount of treatments that we're getting, I think a vaccine has already gone to human trials. We now know that hydrochloroquine is a solid therapy against the disease. I think all the things are trending towards, I think we've come over the top, and we're beginning to move a little bit on the downward end of the bell curve. That's just what I see. When I see, what I hear, what I read, and I read independent sources. I don't rely on anyone, so I certainly don't listen to the mainstream media, who are a bunch of quacks. But I think we're on the. I think we're trending in a positive direction. I think football season will start. This is a watch channel. All we're talking about is football. I love it. But you know what? We're talking. We're having fun. We're keeping each other company, and that's all that matters. Let's see. NASCAR Ball says, I want Bama, UGA, and UF to suck forever. No. All those teams are better than yours, sir. You're going to have to, you guys are going to have to work harder. That's all it is. Your program is going to have to work harder to get better, to get up there with the Bamas and the Floridas and the Georgias. And you know what? You might get there. You might get there. Hey, there could be, if you guys could do it, there could be a three-way battle every year for the Eastern Division. It could be Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. I mean, that's the way it was for quite a while. It was always a three-way battle. You know, all three teams were really good, and all three teams battled the hell out of each other. And then, you know, Tennessee fell off the cliff, and then Florida was great for a while, and then they fell off the cliff, and Georgia sucked for a while, and now they're really good. And you know, they may fall off the cliff. You never know. I mean, you don't know. I mean, every year you're building a new team because you take pieces away, you add pieces in. You never know. That's the beauty of college football. It changes every year. Gator Hater says, look at a picture of Phil Jackson and look at myself and you will see the resemblance. Okay. And he says, my voice sounds like Tom Hanks if he smoked for 40 years. Well, I don't smoke, but it's certainly a gravelly voice, I admit it. NASCAR Ball says, if NASCAR racing is racing in May, we will have 2 games with fans by then. We will have games with fans by then. Because if you're willing to let all those people in the garage, that's a good point. Let's see. Nick DTV. Not going to lie, I am a closet Gator fan. Well, we appreciate that. I was a little kid and started watching during the Tebow years, and you've been hooked ever since. Well, you know, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, I root for more than one college football team. The other college football team I happen to root for is Harvard, because my father, my grandpa, and two of my uncles went to Harvard. So I have a familial connection to Harvard. So yeah, I definitely pull for it, and I like watching the SMU team because they're the Mustangs. Let's see. NASCAR Ball says if the crew guys can be in the garage, then football players can practice. Absolutely, I agree. Gator haters being stupid with that comment. Florida will go 11-1 in shower wrestling. Come on, man. Private, how you doing, man? You know, Private is famous in my comments area on my YouTube channel for asking very, very specific type point-by-point questions, and they're really thought-provoking. So good on you. He says he finally signed on while I was doing one of these. And good on these things. I try and announce these things ahead of time. I'm not sure if the announcements are going out or not. NASCAR says we will Pruitt is, and this football team will work hard. Well, you know, that's all you can do. You can work hard, recruit hard, and see what happens. I mean, that's all you can do. Bartholomew Bob is in the house. How you doing, man? Of course, the first person he says hello to is Chrissy. And I guarantee you Chrissy is not a closet Gator fan. But Private says stock market crazy again. Let me check the market. Pull it up on the phone here. Let's see. Stock market is up 444 points so far today, and that's at 12:50 p.m. Eastern time. So, you know, market's up today. That's good. But remember, folks, the market is not the economy. The economy is the economy. The markets are part of the economy. If the market goes down, it doesn't necessarily mean that the entire economy is taking a large dump. Just remember that. The market is only a segment of the economy. There's a hell of a lot more to it than that. Let's see. Eugene Salinas. How you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Just checking in. A little hard to follow while working I understand. Let's see, I'm going to have to reveal that one because that is a great comment by Chrissy. And let's see. Yeah, Chrissy, kick his ass. Go ahead. Get you something, girl. Private says, love that you do these things to break up the day. I want to try and do more of these. At least, I found a window where I wasn't going to be stepping on my friend Uncle Lou and BVD because Lou was doing a morning show. He does a morning show every morning from 8 a.m. Eastern. He usually runs till 10. And he was doing it Monday through Friday. And starting this week, he dropped Wednesdays. So I figured Wednesday's a good slot for me. So I'll try and do these things on Wednesday. Maybe I'll back it up to 11 a.m. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I back it up to 11 a.m. or is noon a good time? Or should I go later in the day or earlier? I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm home, so, whatever. I'd like to do these things once a week. I'd like to see if people stop by. I'm getting a lot of thumbs ups. That's helpful. Um, wish somebody would super chat me, but I'm not going to sit here and beg for money. I'm just glad you guys are here. It helps me pass the day. Let's see. Chrissy's blowing kisses at somebody. I guess they're blowing kisses at Bart. Certainly wouldn't blow kisses at me, would you? Let's see. Private says noon is good with him. Ken likes the Wednesday idea, so stay with that. Blue Shirt says noon is good. Bartholomew, I think you and I will roll over, die, get buried in the ground, and turn to dust before Christie says go Gators. I mean, ain't gonna happen. Although maybe around the Florida Georgia game, maybe Christie and I could do a bet where let's see, if Florida wins, I make Christie wear a Florida shirt for the day and post a picture up on Facebook or wherever she wants. And if Georgia wins, I have to do the same. Something funny like that. Vodka drinkers joining us. How you doing, man? Have you seen the new symptom of corona? It's called coronatose. No, I don't get it. But then again, I'm slow. Let's see, Christy. I wear orange and blue, and I look fantastic in orange and blue. Look at my last live stream. I was wearing the Gator blue shirt. I look great in orange and blue. Luckily, I have the skin tone for it. And my car looks fantastic in Gator blue. So, go Dogs. Whatever. We got your number this year, Christy. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't say it. And we played you close last year. If we had had a running game last year, I think it might have been a little different. But we got a running game this year, so watch out. Jeff Webster is in the house. My favorite Alabama fan who lives in Iowa. I'm still trying to figure that out in my head. The man lives in Iowa and he's an Alabama fan. And he says Illinois is the true orange and blue. These are flat lies, sir. That is fake news. I should block you for that. That is a horrible thing to say. Illinois. What is an Illini? Somebody explain to me. What is an Illini? Illinois Illini. What is that? That's not a team. That's not a college program. That's a high school program for guys with beards. I mean, come on. Yeah, orange and blue Seiko private, an orange and blue Seiko watch looks great. I had one. That was a turtle. It was called a Nemo. That was, I believe, Australia and Far East, Australia, New Zealand, Japan market only watch, and I managed to get one. Kept it for a while, had a good time with it, and I sold it for more than I paid for Jeff says he may be the only Alabama fan in Iowa. No doubt, sir. Do they even know what college football is in Iowa? I guess they do. They have a couple of teams there, and they don't have any pro teams. So I guess college football is probably pretty good in Iowa. But I get you. I would say definitely you're the only Alabama. I felt like I was the only Georgia fan in the Metro Atlanta area. The only Florida fan, I should say, the only one in Metro Atlanta when I lived up there. I felt like I was very much alone. But believe it or not, the Atlanta Gator Club is the biggest Gator club in the entire United States outside of Florida. And it still is. And it's fascinating to me that there were so many Gator fans and alumni in Atlanta, the metro area. And I got to know a lot of them. They're great folks, but they when they went to work during college football season, they felt very, very much alone all the time. Let's see. Vodka drinker is reminding me that Gator McCluskey drove a custom Ford 500 Galaxy. Uh, very true, very true. Or was that an LTD? Or was that the other movie? The Grease Lightning or White Lightning or whatever. I remember both those movies. They had really hot, full-size Ford cars, and for a full-size car, those things really got them and moved pretty good. Thomas Scott is here. How you doing, Mr. Scott? He's touting the virtues of Syracuse Orange. Yeah, for the past couple of years they've had a pretty good team, I'd have to say, but they're in that weak ass conference, the ACC. So I haven't been paying much attention to them, although they have been giving Clemson some fits lately. Let's see. Jeff Webster says the Illini Wick Indians, 1650s French explorers encountered them on the land. Okay, well, now I see where the Illini is derived from. I appreciate that. Learn something new every day, don't you? Chrissy is talking to vodka drinker. Something about the Corona toes. I'm going to have to look that up because I have no idea what they're talking about. Jeff Webster said, folks here are Iowa or Iowa State fans. They all hate the SEC and Alabama in particular. Well, then you must have a very lonely existence because you're hated by both sides. Vodka Drinker is saying that I am correct. In the White Lightning movie, the car was an LTD, so the Gator movie was a Ford Galaxy. Okay, so I was right about that. Both were fantastically fast, full-size cars, weren't they? I would love to get my hands on one of those because for a big car like that, they really were good-looking cars. Jesse Sullivan is here. How you doing? He says something. I watched a solve and review of a $20,000 puzzle box. A $20,000 puzzle. Wow. You got to explain that some more. Give me some background on that, Jesse. See, Cowboy Swami is here. I haven't seen him in this channel in a long time. How you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. Jeff Webster said his dad had a 76 LTD and it was a beast. Yeah, back then they were so big they needed that 429 or that 460 cubic inch motor. They weren't making a lot of horsepower because of the emissions, but an engine that big is going to make a ton of torque. And horsepower. What the car guys say. Horsepower gets you down the road into the wall, but the torque measures how far you move the wall, something like that. The torque is the thing that puts you back in the seat like that. So, you may not have a lot of horsepower to run ridiculously fast, but it's that torque that gets the car moving. So those big 429s and 460s back then. They made a ton of torque. Let's see. Jesse's talking about that puzzle thing. It was made by a French company that does escape. Somebody wants to pay 20 grand for a puzzle. Okay. There are guys out there that are paying $200,000 for a watch. So who am I to make fun of? Let's see. Private says, I'm guessing you haven't had a chance to look at the Traska and Scurfa watches yet. No, I haven't. I've been doing a few other things. I'm concentrating on a few other things around the house here. I haven't had a chance to look at those watches you mentioned, but I'll try and do it today, and I will let you know what I think of them. I do know that Traska makes a hell of a product, and a lot of my watch buddies on the Random Rob channel are very much fans of Traska. As a matter of fact, it's been somewhat of a little buying spurt with guys from the Random Rob Patreon group of the mint face colored Traska. 2 or 3 guys have bought that watch and absolutely love them. So a Traska purchase is a solid purchase. So if you're thinking, pardon me again, if you're thinking about buying a Traska and they're private, I would say go for it. See, vodka drinker says needs a front end spoiler to keep the front end from lifting off the ground. Yeah, those 70s cars were aerodynamic, had the aerodynamic properties of a brick. It didn't take a hell of a lot for air to get underneath them and lift them off the ground. So yeah, if you're going to buy a big car like that and you're going to drive it fast, you better do some kind of work to keep the car actually planted on the earth. NASCAR Ball says hashtag Timex. I'm not a big fan of Timex NASCAR Ball. I do know that lately they've made some very interesting watches in their Q line, and there's another one that just came out with. I wish I could remember the name of it. It's a very small watch. It's named after a fish or something like that. I wish I could think of the name. If somebody in the comments knows the name of what I'm talking about, it's Marlin. Marlin, it's the Marlin. And people seem to really like that watch. For me, I'm not a big fan of Timex. I don't see anything in their lineup that really floats the boat. So I don't own one, and I don't anticipate owning one. But if Timex is a really good watch for somebody who wants to get into watch collecting and is obviously going to start small and on a budget. So definitely. Or if you're just looking for a good everyday wear watch, whether you're a watch enthusiast or not, there are plenty of Timexes out there. I'd rather buy a Seiko than a Timex for the same money, but that's me. But if you want a Timex, go for it. Let's see. Jeff Webster says my 68 XR7 was not quick off the line, but from 30 to 80 miles per hour, boom. Yeah. Well, that was a big car for its day, and I think you said you had the 351 motor. Not a lot of torque for the size of the car that it was trying to pull against, but once you got it going and got on the carb, yeah, that 351 would wake up, especially when the Windsor heads were more mid range and above cylinder heads. They didn't really breathe very well at low RPM, but they breathe better at higher RPM. Now the Cleveland motors were better heads all around. So if you had a 351 Cleveland, that would have been a different animal altogether. Chrissy says your dad had a beautiful 58 Impala. Yep. Can't say any more about that. The Impalas were always really good looking cars, and I bet if he sold it, he wishes he still had it. My dad, in 1955, when he graduated medical school, ended up with a 55 Thunderbird. Hated it. Now he wishes he had it. He also had a 65 Buick Riviera, like the one in, what was that Patrick Swayze movie? Roadhouse? The one with the headlights that went like this. He wishes he still had that car, but we had that car while we were up in Boston when I was a kid, and Boston winters just ate that car up. I mean, there were pieces falling off the fender. When we moved to Miami in '72, the car stayed behind in a scrapyard because there was nothing left to save. It was just a dead car at that point. A lot of us had old cars in our families that, well, we wish we had. My family is certainly no exception. I think my dad had a Chrysler New Yorker with a 440 motor in it that could pass anything in the world except the gas station. But the damn thing was built like an aircraft carrier, but he wishes he still had that car now. Let's see. Private says Dad used to have a '72 Mercedes 280 SE. Ironically, my dad had a '72 250. That was his first Mercedes. It was a 250 green 4-door with a Palomino kind of camel colored interior. That was his first Benz, and he loved it and drove that thing to death. And he eventually traded it in for pretty much top dollar because he kept it really nice. And then he started in with his SL craze. He had like half a dozen SLs during his lifetime until one day the local Mercedes dealer treated him badly one time. That's all it took. They treated him badly one time. He drove that car over to the BMW dealership and traded it on a BMW. And that was in 1987. And he's had BMWs ever since. And he convinced all his medical partners to stop buying Mercedes and buy BMWs. I know to this day the Mercedes dealership around here very much regrets pissing him off. Anyway, so we moved from college football to cars. Keep it going, guys. Come on. How about what was your first car? Tell me that. I mean, my first car almost was a 1983. Yeah, 1983. First generation VW. Well, over here we called them Rabbits at the time. Rabbit GTI. Now they're Golf GTIs, of course. But it was almost a first generation Rabbit with a 5-speed and really sweet little engine. And the problem was, well, it was twofold. One, I didn't know how to drive a stick shift at the time. And I would have had to learn. And two, there was my father standing in my way, saying, you will not have a stick shift car. All you'll do is burn up clutches every 6 months, which obviously he has no confidence in me at the time. And you're not buying a stick shift car, period. So I ended up with a 1981 Toyota Celica Supra. That was the first generation Supra. That was with the rather anemic 110 horsepower straight six and an automatic, 4-speed automatic, which made him happy. And it was a good looking car. It was metallic black. It had gold wheels. It was really a nice looking car, and it served me well for quite a number of years. But what could have been? I could have had that Rabbit. Now, that would have been a lot of fun. I wonder how long I would have lasted before I, did something stupid and ended up killing that car, because that car, the Rabbits back then were begging to be flung around. And an 18-year-old flinging a car around like that surely is not going to end well in quite a few cases. Did my online chat dry up? System says I still have 15 people in here. Where'd everybody go? Somebody say something. Or am I all alone here? Hello? Can I type in there? Yeah, I can comment in there. So obviously I'm still online. I guess I bored everybody to death. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh well. Well, I have been on here for over an hour and 10 minutes, so I mean that's a long time. I guess if nobody has anything else to say, I'm just going to wrap the thing up. I mean, going for an hour on one of these things is pretty good. I got 12 people in here. I got 15 likes. Nobody super chatted me, but that's okay. Don't really come on here expecting that to happen anyway. But always nice to come on here and spend some time with my friends. You know, my car friends, my sports friends, my I don't know why Jeff is trying to call me on Messenger because I can't take that call now because I'm not here. My watch buddies, you know, whoever wants to show up, I'm always appreciative. So I'm just going to wrap the stream up, and thank you guys for stopping by. I'm going to you know, try and do these things every week. What? Missed a call. Yeah, I know I missed a call. I was when they said I can't take the call. I'm doing this. So I'm going to wrap the stream, and thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you guys are staying safe and staying healthy out there, and continue to do so. And I think I'll try and do these things. Uh, I think I'll try and do one next Wednesday too, and see how that goes. Maybe try and make this a regular thing. So be safe out there. Watch for my next video dropping real soon, and thanks for supporting the channel and spending some time with me. I'll see you again soon.